And we are here in Dundas. Another ball game coming up, game 2 of the day. It will feature the Monticello Polecats against the Webster Sox. And we're going to be getting started very shortly on this Sunday afternoon here on NSPN.TV. I'm Steve Thompson along with camera operator Jake Loftus. Sit back and enjoy the ball game here on NSPN.TV.
Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now, let's get out to the ballpark.
And we are just about ready to go from Dundas and Memorial Park. Game 2 of the day. Game 1 that got started at 12:30. Isani beat Brownton 3-2 in 11 innings to advance to the final weekend, Labor Day weekend, here at the State Class C. Here we go with Webster against Monticello. The Sox against the Polecats. Monticello starter Tanner Eckhart. Austin Wilcox behind the plate. Peter Twitty, the pitcher leading off for Webster. And the first pitch of the game. Fouled away, ball 1. Eckhart, a left-hander for Monticello. From Big Lake, played at Wartburg College. Here's a chopper toward short, through for a hit. Peter Twitty and leads it off with a hit for Webster to start the ball game.
At the plate for the Sox, second baseman number 20, Brooks Prohaska.
Brooks Prohaska is going to dig in from New Prague. Now playing for Webster, lefty on lefty batter here. Webster won their opener on opening weekend. There's a swing and a miss, strike 1. Webster beat the Milroy Irish here in Dundas 10-3 8 days ago. Runner at first, leadoff single, Twitty. That one in the dirt, blocked by the catcher. Wilcox keeps it in front of him. 0-2 to count. Tommy Blackstone at third for Monticello. Sam Dakabakken at short. Brandon Hansen at second. Cole Bovey at first. Mazik in left. Axelberg in center. Olson in right. Again, Wilcox the catcher. The 0-2 pitch. Curveball up in the zone, 1-2. Partly cloudy skies now in Dundas. We had heavy cloud cover and a breeze blowing in from left for our first game, won by Isani over Brownton. And now those clouds have broken up. There still is this threat of thunderstorms tonight here in southern Minnesota. There's one outside, 1-2. Actually, 2-2 now to count. 2-2 to Prohaska, the number 2 hitter in the Webster order. Webster 14-16 on the year. Coming in. There's one right back to the pitcher. Grab by Eckhart. To second for one, on to first. Double play. 1-6-3 double play. Bases are empty, 2 away. Got to bring up Will Arndt playing at first base for Webster.
First baseman number 25, Will Arndt.
Will Arndt played his high school ball at Lakeville North. Plays at first in the outfield, pitches a little bit for Webster. There's one down low, ball one. Leadoff hitter raced on the 1-6-3 double play. Nobody on, 2 away for Webster here, top of the first. Thanks so much for joining us here on NSPN.TV, the Neighborhood Sports Network. And we're spending the day in Dundas and couldn't be happier. 2-0 pitch towards short, on a hop, grabbed by Dockenbakken over to first. Threw him out. So Webster gets a hit. They don't leave anybody. We played a half inning and we are still scoreless here on NSPN.TV. And now let's take a moment to set Webster defensively. Peter Twitey on the mound. Max Drexel behind the plate. Will Wareham at third base. Peter Grassel at short. Brooksboro Hoska at second. Will Arndt at first. Jake Belisle in left. Jordan Huey in center field. Adam Schmitz in right for Webster. Once again, 14-16 on the year. And now the batting order for the Monticello Polecats. And the Polecats come in 21-7, playing their first game of the state tournament this weekend. It'll be Tommy Blackstone leading off and playing at third base. Michael Olson will be in right and bat second. Brandon Hansen will play at second and bat third. Jason Axelberg is in center field and will bat cleanup. Sam Dockenbakken is the shortstop and bat fifth. Tanner Eckhart is the pitcher and will bat sixth. Batting seventh, Dustin Wilcox, the catcher. Batting eighth, Michael Reving, the DH. And then batting ninth, the left fielder, Keenan Mosick. Playing at first base, Cole Bovey will not bat at this point for Monticello. Starting pitcher, Peter Twitey for Webster. Wearing number 18, the right-hander. Going to deliver one more, and they're going to throw it down, and we're going to be good to go here in the bottom of the first inning. Fighting from Lakeville, and we'll face Tommy Blackstone playing at third base for the Monticello Polecats.
Leading off the bottom of the first inning for the Monticello Polecats, third baseman number 14, Tommy
Blackstone playing for Monticello, from Monticello. And he'll dig in from the right side. First pitch of the game way upstairs. Stand by the catcher, Drexel. Max Drexel. Snagged that one 1-0. As I would say, just a bit high. That 1-0 pitch, high and tight, good fastball. 20. The Corey Koski from the Loretto Larks roaming the grandstand here in Dundas. Looks like he could still at least take a big league at bat. Not playing amateur ball. Certainly one of the big names. Former big leaguer now in state amateur baseball. Pitch inside, 3-1 now. To Blackstone, the leadoff hitter for Monticello. Winner of this one advances to Faribault Friday night at 7:30 against the winner of the Cold Spring Watertown game. And that was a scheduled 4:30 start in Faribault. There's a strike. Whitey So first strikeout of the game, one away, nobody aboard. Michael Olson, the right fielder, is going to bat for Monticello.
Number 12, Michael Olson.
Olson from Monticello, college ball at Concordia Moorhead. And the first pitch, a strike at the knees. 0-1 the count. Richmond and Dumont tied at 2 in the 5th. In Faribault. Looked like Champlain Park in the B took care of Moorhead. I didn't see a final in that one, but Champlain Park was winning late in that game, and that was the game started on Friday. They went in 13-8, so the Low Gators advance to the final weekend of the B as they hold off Moorhead. There's one away outside. Blaine Fusion out of the Metro Mini, still alive in the B. Coon Rapids and Anoka were eliminated. Toward third, stab. Wareham, backhand, across the diamond, what a play. Terrific stop and throw. 2 away, nobody aboard. Bottom of the first.
Second baseman, number 3, Brandon Hanson.
Brandon Hanson playing at second base. Bottom of the first. Game number 2 of the day. And there's ball 1. It's played by Wareham. Stabbed it along near the bag. And long throw across. The diamond got him. Nobody aboard, 2 out. 2-0 pitch on the way. Brandon Hanson playing at second base for the Polecats. Right back to the pitcher, and he caught it. How about that? Look what I found. So the Polecats go 3 up, 3 down. And after 1, we are scoreless here on NSPN.TV.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
Here we are in Dundas, Memorial Park. And partly cloudy skies. Greeting the fans for game 2 of the day. Heavy cloud cover in game 1. Sandy beat Brownton 3-2 in 11 innings. Here we go to the bottom of inning, or I should say top of inning number 2. And here comes Webster in white, the visitor, and a strike 1. From Monticello starter, Tanner Eckhart. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Belisle. Once again, Jake Belisle starting in left for Webster, leading it off. Belisle towards short, soft liner caught. Dagabakken flags it down. 1 away.
DH number 23, Jake Eknes.
Jake Eknes, the DH, will dig in for Webster. Eknes, wearing number 23 from New Prague. Strike 1. Lyle from Lakeville. There's one popped into foul territory outside of first base. Bovey over toward the fence has room, makes a play. Found the fence on the warning track. Makes the grab, good play. Textbook, find the fence with the glove. There's quickly 2 away for Webster here in top of inning number 2. That'll bring up Will Wareham. Made a fine defensive play in the bottom of the first. Stabbing a ground ball near the bag. First pitch to Wareham, up the middle. Shortstop, Dakabakan grabs it, throws him out. Quick, 1-2-3 inning for Webster. Tanner Eckhart, no problem. In the top of inning number 2, we're still scoreless. Here on NSPN.TV.
No, Monticello Bears leave no one left on base. Rollins is proud to be the official baseball of the MBA. Rollins, the mark of a pro.
And here we are in Dundas. Steve Thomas along with Jake Loftus. And you see Webster starter Peter Twetty taking his warm-up tosses. Max Drexel, the catcher for the Webster Sox, 14-16 coming into this second weekend of the tournament. By the way, Little League World Series championship game in Williamsport, PA. Hawaii all over Curacao. 12-1. Nice crowd on hand, but Hawaii blowing them out. Twins lead the Giants 8-3 through 6. Richmond and Dumont in Faribault tied at 2 in the 5th here in the Class C tournament. 4, 5, and 6 for the Monticello Polecats due up. Bottom of the second, Jason Axelberg playing in center field for the Polecats. Axelberg from Monticello, first pitch swinging, fouled well out of play down the right field line. Once again, there is a chance of showers and thunderstorms around the area tonight. They moved the scheduled night games over to Waconia because we were so delayed at the start today. In Faribault, Dundas, and Measville. Measville didn't get their games going until 2 o'clock today. Resuming action. We mentioned that Champlain Park and the B beat Moorhead. And there's a strikeout for Twitty. Second of the game. And the second strikeout looking for the Polecats. That'll bring up shortstop. Sam Dakabakan dig in. Dakabakan from Monticello. Actually went to high school at Big Lake. 0-1 now, 0-2. 20 throwing strikes. Dakabakan. Shortstop. Up high, 1-2. And there's another called strike 3. 3 strikeouts. 5 total outs so far in the ball game for Twitty. Now a 2 away and nobody aboard. Pitcher Tanner Eckhart. Tanner Eckhart digs in. Eckhart lives in Big Lake, went to high school in Monticello, played college ball at Wartburg down in Iowa. 1-1 pitch. This is stroke to right. That'll be down for a hit. First hit of the ball game for Monticello. Comes with 2 outs and nobody aboard, and that'll bring up Dustin Wilcox, the catcher. Wilcox Lives in Monticello. Went to high school in Big Lake. College ball at Minot State. Both teams have a hit. We're scoreless in the bottom of the second inning in Dundas. Little chopper over the mound. Tough chance. Shortstop charging. Grassel throws on the run. Got him! What a play by Peter Grassel, the shortstop, charging in and throwing him out. It was a beauty. We're scoreless through 2 here on NSPN.TV.
No runs on 1 hit. No. Webster Bears in lead. 1 man left on base.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
And welcome back to Memorial Park here in Dundas. We move to the third inning. We are scoreless. Both teams have a hit. Been about the pitching and the D's so far in this game for Monticello and the Polecats. Tanner Eckhart, the starter, finishing his warm-up tosses. Catcher settling in, Dustin Wilcox. They get a couple before we throw on down and get going here. Bottom third of the Webster order for the Sox. Max Drexel, the catcher. Peter Grassel, the shortstop, who made a fine play to end the bottom of the second inning. Charging, throwing on the run. And then Adam Schmitz, the right fielder. 7, 8, and 9 for Webster here in the top of the third. All about getting to that final weekend of the tournament and see what happens. There's one inside low from the lefty. Ball 1-0. Some matchups already set for that final weekend of the Class C. That one knocked foul, 1-1 the count. This one against New Ulm Saturday in Faribault at 4:30. That's set. Jordan against Bluffton here in Dundas at 11 a.m. next Saturday. That is all set. Red Wing is through. Isani's through it, that extra inning win over Brownton. Fly ball to center. Axelberg has it. One away. Going to bring up Peter Grassel, the shortstop, and what a terrific play he made to end that last inning. Charging, throwing on the run. Strong throw. Just a rock-solid play from Lakeville. Went to Lakeville South. And just absolutely two sports powerhouses here among the big schools in the state of Minnesota. Lakeville North, Lakeville South. Chop foul. 1-1 the count. Just synonymous with terrific boys and girls sports in Lakeville. Just great youth programs. Terrific coaches up and down. 1-1 pitch. It's towards short. Dakabakken on throwing time. That's an infield hit. That was hit into the hole. Blackstone couldn't cut it off. Dakabakken couldn't get to it. That'll be the second hit of the game for Webster, and it comes with one out here in the third. That'll bring up Adam Schmitz. Playing in right field.
Adam Schmitz.
Schmitz from Richfield. Went to high school in New Prague. Blaine and Dundas getting ready to resume their game in Meesville in the 5th. That was another weather-delayed game from yesterday. Blaine leading at 6-4 in the 5th, and once again they're getting ready to resume. They're trying to mop up Class B games in Meesville that were delayed by rain. There's one down in the dirt. Good stop there by Wilcox, the catcher, and the count 2-0 to Schmitz. How about this? Plays right field, wears 9, and is batting in the number 9 spot. 9's all around for Schmitz and Webster. That is a trifecta, and that's fouled out of play. And once again, I brought it up. It's just one of my things about the game. I love a guy who wears the number of the position he plays, and here we have it in Schmitz wearing 9, and bats in the 9 hole on top of it. 2-1. Runner at first, 1 out. That's fouled. 2-2 now the count. It's just not often that things line up that beautifully. Trying to turn it around, get to the top of the order. Peter Twitty, the pitcher, has a hit already. Throw over to first, just a lob throw. Eckhart over to Bovee. No issues there. 335 down the left field line, 325 down the right field line, 370 to left. The wind is blowing in from left. 365 to dead center here in Dundas, the home of the Dukes. And they're just about ready to go over in Meesville. They didn't get started till 2 today. They had so much water. Plenty here in Dundas and these state tournament grounds crews, wherever the hosts are. This year it's, of course, Faribault, Meesville, and here in Dundas, do an absolutely phenomenal job. Yeoman's work. 2-2 pitch on the way. Curveball, strike 3. First strikeout of the game for Eckhart, a Polecat starter. And with 2 away and 1 on, we go to the top of the order. Peter Twitty. Twitty had a single, was retired on that 1-6-3 double play. Started by Eckhart. Slick double play indeed. Twitty has a hit. This one stroked to the gap in left center field. That's down for a hit. Runner around second, headed for third. The 22nd hit of the game. A solid single to left center field. And now Webster has runners at the corners and 2 out. And Brooke Prohaska playing at second base, and he hit into that 1-6-3 double play in the first. Prohaska wearing number 20. New Prague kid. Well, Eckhart trying to work out of a jam. 2 hits in the inning, 3 overall for Webster here in the top of the 3rd inning. The pitch in the dirt. Good block by Wilcox. Kept it close by and keeps that runner at third base. 1-0 the count. Right. Wilcox, a tall catcher. The good block, and then popped out of that crouch and pounced on it to make sure that the runner at third, Peter Grassel, didn't have any ideas. Here's one right back up the middle into center field, a base hit. And the Webster Sox have a 1-0 lead. RBI single for Prohaska. Twitty moves to second. Prohaska, the RBI single, standing down at first. Grassel plates the first run of the game, and that'll bring up Will Arndt. Grounded out to short in the first. First pitch to Arndt. Curveball strike. Arndt sporting number 25. Lakeville North. Will Arndt playing at first base today for the Sox. Chopper foul. Quickly 0-2. So Webster now a run. 4 total hits in the game. 3 in this inning. They have runners at first and the second. Good start here for the Sox. The visitor, they're on weekend number 2 on this Sunday afternoon in Dundas. That curveball just stayed alive. Chopped it foul. Over toward that Monticello dugout on the first base side. Another great crowd on hand here in Dundas. What a setting. 0-2 in the air to right at Olson. Didn't have to move much to retire Arndt. But Webster gets a run on 3 hits. They leave 2 after 2.5. They lead at 1-0 here on NSPN.TV.
No Monticello errors and leave 2 men left on base. Also, if you are Ben Prohaska, we have your wallet up in the press box. Again, if your name is Ben Prohaska, come and grab your wallet. Leading off the bottom of the 3rd inning for Monticello, DH number 22, Michael Revnick.
Revnick leads it off. The DH hitting in the 8th spot. Tommy Blackstone due up 3rd in the inning. He is the leadoff hitter. And the pitch to Revnick. Swing and a miss. Revnick from Monticello. College ball at Southwest State. Fouled to the screen 0-2. So Peter Twitty, starter for Webster, is giving up just a hit. As he begins his 3rd inning of work in the ball game today. Chopper toward short. Rassel throws him out. Good play. So the leadoff hitter, Revnick, retired 6-3. Keenan Masick, the left fielder, is going to dig in for the Monticello Polecats. He's playing in left field. There's ball 1. Masick from Monticello. Strickland plays in the outfield for the Polecats. And his first AB here in the 3rd inning. There's a chopper towards second. Prohaska can't come up with it. Let's see what they rule here. But Masick is aboard, and we go to the top of the order, and Tommy Blackstone. Blackstone struck out to start the ball game for the Polecats. He's 0 for 1. Big swing and a miss. That'll go as an error. E4, the official call. First error of the ball game. 1-0. There's a strike. 1-1. Mike Stone struck out looking. All three strikeouts for Twitey are looking in the game. There's one chop. Right back to the pitcher to second for one. No throw to first. They get the lead runner there. 1-6. And the shortstop, Grassel, did a good job to hold on. Why throw it? Blackstone reaches on the fielder's choice, and that'll bring up Michael Olson. Runner on first, 2 away here. Bottom of the third inning. And my apologies, we fixed the scoreboard glitch. It is indeed the bottom of the third inning, and Webster leading at 1-0. Leading Dundas 6-4 now in the 6th in Measville. Runner goes, throw down to second, not in time. That is a stolen base for Blackstone. And now Monticello has a runner in scoring position here in the bottom of the third, trying to tie it up. We went 11 in game 1 of the day. Sandy beating Brownton 3-2. Tight ball game, good pitching, good defense. And so far we've seen that in game 2 of the day here in Dundas. Home of the Dukes. Down the road in Measville. There's a called strike, 2-2. Twitey's done a nice job here in the ball game. Couple of hits already. And pitching well for the Sox. 2-2 pitch. Ripped foul. That was a blue darter over that first base dugout. The kids chasing that foul ball are going to earn their money if that didn't hit a tree. That had some serious smoke on it. 2-2. Way outside now, full. You know, we don't keep track of this sort of thing, but that may have been the hardest hit foul ball so far of the day here in Dundas. 3-2 pitch into center field, down for a hit. Runner around third, headed for the plate. Here's the throw. Not in time. RBI single for Michael Olson, and we're tied at 1. Terrific throw by the center fielder. But he gets in under the tag. RBI single for Olson. We're knotted at 1. Still 2 outs. Runner at first. And in Hanson, second baseman. Braden from Big Lake, went to school in Monticello. That one outside, now 2-0. So for Twitey, the error really hurt. The goal is an unearned run. Gives up the RBI single, however. But the error at second base led to the run. We're tied at 1. 3-0 pitch. Gets a strike. 3-1. This one towards second. Line drive caught by Prohaska. That ends the inning. But Monticello ties it up. They get a run on a hit and an error, and they leave 1. And after 3, we're tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.TV, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. If If you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Here we go to the top of the fourth inning, 1-1 ball game. Webster and Monticello.
Leading off the top of the fourth inning for the
And
Webster Sox.
it'll be 4, 5, and
Number
6.
13, Jake Belisle.
Jake Belisle leads it off. Lined out to short in inning number 2. He's 0 for 1 for Webster. There's a curveball by the Polecat starter, Tanner Eckhart. 0-1. Another curveball, stripped to right for a hit. Just waited on it. And a solid hit to right. That'll bring up
DH number 23,
Jake Eknes. Jake Eknes, the DH. Fouled out to the first baseman, Cole Bovey, who made a nice play near the fence down the right field line. This one hit high in the air on the infield towards second. Braden Hansen waits and puts it away. Runner stays put at first base. Going to bring up Will Wareham playing at third base. He grounded out to short to end inning number 2. He is 0 for 1. As we mentioned, the winner of this game advances to next weekend. They'll play the winner of the Cold Spring Watertown game next Friday night at 7:30 in Faribault. That ball down in the dirt. Dunstan Wilcox, really a quick catcher. Kept that runner at first base. Nice job. That is Jake Belisle. Picked up the 5th hit of the game for Webster. And a leadoff hit here in the 4th. 1-5-1 for the Sox. 1-2-0 for the Polecats. Foul outside of third. One on one the count. Will Wareham batting for the Webster Sox. Pitch to Wareham. Outside of first, just foul. Almost dropped it on the chalk, but it goes just foul. And the count 1-2. Wareham once again, Lakeville North for Webster. Bovey made a pretty good effort out after that one. 1 on, 1 out, 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. That is it. Wareham makes a slow walk back to the dugout. Second strikeout for Tanner Eckhart. And with 2 away and a runner still at first, it'll bring up Max Drexel, the catcher.
Number 15, Max Drexel.
Two really tall catchers in this game. There's a strike. Wilcox and Drexel, tall, lean catchers. He's in an 0-1 hole. This one towards short. Dagabakan goes the short way. Hits the lead runner 6-4. Drexel retired on the fielder's choice. So Webster gets a hit. They leave one, and after 3.5, we're tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
At the top of the board, Webster scores no runs on 1 hit. No Monticello Bears leave 1 man left on base.
Hawaii did win the Little League World Series in Williamsport, PA, dominating Curacao on a sunny day in Pennsylvania. So congrats to Hawaii, Little League World Series champions. They get it done today. Here we go, Monticello into the bottom of the 4th inning. It'll be 4, 5, and 6. Axelberg, Dakabakken, and Eckhart against Peter Twitey. The Webster Sox starter, we're tied at 1. 2 hits for Monticello so far, and that one's ripped foul. 0-1 the count to Axelberg. Axelberg, Monticello native, playing for his hometown team. And that 0-1 pitch towards short. Razzle backhands it, throws it. Not in time, infield hit. Tough chance. And I'm going to just assume hit. Haven't seen. Oh, there it is. Hit on the board. Third of the game for Monticello. And for the first time in the game, get the leadoff man aboard. Sam Dakabakken, the shortstop, struck out in inning number 2. And one of 3 strikeout victims for Peter Twitey, the right-handed starter for the Webster Sox. 2 games under 500. Throw over to first. Oh. Axelberg caught leaning the other way and probably got that huge jolt of adrenaline and just dove back in time. Will take his lead again. Dakabakken look to lay one down, takes the pitch inside, ball 1. Hard to bunt the fastball in at your chest. He backed out of the way. Runner bluffs the throw, and they got him picked off. Well, Axelberg got caught leaning the other way. He's out of there. Now 1 away, nobody aboard. Base running air for the Polecats. And now Dakabakken back at the plate, looking at a 1-0 count, nobody aboard. For Webster, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. For Monticello, 1 run, 3 hits, no error, but that hit erased a moment ago. And the pitch, slapped to right, down for a hit toward the corner. Taking a wide turn is Dakabakken. He'll stay put with a single. Second hit in a row.
Now batting pitcher number 8, Tanner Eckhart.
And now Tanner Eckhart. He had a hit in inning number 2. He's 1 for 1. There's one inside low, ball 1. So the base running error by Axelberg. Actually a caught stealing, but he actually got into a rundown. Got thrown out. There's one on the outside edge. 1-1. Blaine leading Dundas 7-4 up in Meesville. We're here on the Dukes home field. There's a swing and a miss, 1-2. Heavy cloud cover for the first game. An extra inning affair. Isani beat Brownton 3-2 in 11 innings. Good ball game. And then we've seen a little bit of sun in this game. Now it's mostly cloudy again. 1 to go here in Dundas today. And there's one hit toward third. Wareham up with it. Throws him out. Runner advances to second. Eckhart retired 5-3. Wareham, textbook charge, throws, gets him. And now 2 away, and the batter is going to be Dustin Wilcox, the catcher. Grounded out to short to end inning number 2. So Wilmer Delano, the nightcap scheduled here, that's going to be over in Waconia. This one towards second. Prohaska up with it, throws it, gets him. 4-3 on the putout. So Monticello gets a couple of hits, don't have anything to show for it, and we have played 4, and we're tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
Fast and flexible care. Count on the urgency room for expert medical care when you need it most. Visit us in person. Broken bone, chest pain? We're in Eagan, Vadnais Heights, or Woodbury. Online care. Sinus infection? Strep throat? We offer easy online care. Major to minor, we can provide the level of care you need. Visit urgencyroom.com. Mobile check-in now available.
And here we go to the top of the 5th inning. Webster and Monticello locked in a good battle, 1-1. In Faribault, Dumont leading Richmond 6-2 after 6 innings of play there. And in Meesville in the B, Blaine leading Dundas 7-4 in the 6th. Champlain Park through. They eliminated Moorhead. These games started on Saturday and are being completed today in Meesville. 1 to go here in Dundas. Coming up later on, Loretto Larks, Corey Koski and company. Bird Island Bullfrogs. 8-9-1 for Webster here in the 5th. Here's a grounder to short. Dakabakan throws him out. So Peter Grasslaw out on a hit. He had a hit and a run scored in the 3rd. Now grounds out there, 6-3 to lead off the 5th. 1 away, and that'll bring up right fielder Adam Schmitz. So Schmitz facing Tanner Eckhart. Schmitz struck out in the 3rd. He's 0 for 1. This one toward 3rd. Blackstone grabs it, throws it. Got him. So 6-3, 5-3, 2 outs on 2 pitches for Tanner Eckhart. And now we go to the top of the order, and pitcher Peter Twitey. And Twitey's 2 for 2, and I guarantee you he's going to take a pitch here. If he's hacking on the first pitch, I will be shocked. Let's see what he does. And he's hacking. Well, that shows you what I know. But 2 outs on 2 pitches, and the pitcher's batting, and you would think, I need a bit of a breather. I'm going to just let a couple of fly. Well, he fouls that one off 0-1. Here is the 0-1, and he lets that one go 1-1. Well, can't blame Twitey. He liked that one and fouled it off to the right. The 1-1. This one hit high in the air to center field. Axelberg to his left, waiting, puts it away. So Webster goes 3 up, 3 down here in the top of the 5th. We are still tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV, the Neighborhood Sports Network.
In the top of the 5th, Webster scored no runs on no hits, no errors, and leave no one left on base.
And here we go to the bottom of the 5th at Memorial Park in Dundas. Clouds have thickened up a little bit. We still got a breeze blowing in from left. 8, 9, and 1 from Monticello here in the bottom of the 5th. Michael Revnig, the DH, grounded out in the 3rd. There's a strike on the outside corner. Good fastball from Peter Twitey, the Sox starter. Upstairs, you can hear the pop of the mitt. 1-1. 1-5-1 for Webster. Monticello 1-4-0. Another even ball game here in the Class C in Dundas. And the goal is to get in all the ball games today after what turned out to be a really tough night. And I can't say enough what a great job the grounds crew did here in Dundas, and I can only imagine same thing in Meesville and Faribault, getting these fields ready for play today. 2-1 pitch lifted in the air, shallow right field. Over his, out is the first baseman. Arndt makes a terrific grab. I didn't think he could get there. I thought Prohaska would get out there, but Arndt made a great play. There's one away. Wow. He tumbles to the ground, hangs on to it. Going to bring up Keenan Mozzik, the left fielder for the Polecats. Number 9 hitter in the order. Looks at one down low, ball 1. Reached on an error. This one hit in the air to center field. Hui drifting to his left, hauls it in, 2 away. And out of the top of the Monticello order with 2 out, nobody aboard. Tommy Blackstone struck out in the 1st, reached in a fielder's choice, stole a base, and scored a run in the 3rd. A lone run for Monticello. There's a strike. Good fastball by Peter Twitey. Loretto and Bird Island coming up. Final game of the day here in Dundas. Now 0-2 the count to Blackstone. Fouled to the screen, he stays alive. Now I haven't heard the latest plan in Meesville after they finish this Blaine Dundas game in B. This one fouled out of play. I know Avon was scheduled to play up there in the C. Avon against St. Martin was scheduled tonight at 7. But they're still trying to get the B on track, and I haven't heard what the latest plan is to get the B tournament on track. There's a swing and a miss and a strikeout. Monticello goes 1-2-3. That is a 4th strikeout for Twitey. And after 5 complete, we're still tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, a little tapper to the right side. Pitcher makes the play, goes to the plate, and he's safe. He was off the plate. They don't get the force play. An acrobatic play by the pitcher.
1 for 3 with a walk, a single, and an RBI, and he'll slice one down the left field line. It'll be a fair ball. It'll go to the corner. Geislinger with a 2-out RBI double and a 3 spot here in the bottom of the 8th inning for Watkins.
He sets the 1-0. Swung on a line drive into center field, a base hit. Coming around third is Dolan. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is up the line, and Avon walks him off. An RBI single by Ryan Jansen.
Johnson, the runner at first, is kept. And a hard hit ball towards left field. A diving attempt unsuccessful by Arndt. It's going to go all the way to the fence. Johnson will score. Kept being waved in. The relay throw to the plate is not in time. An RBI double, in fact, a 2-run double for Hadley.
All right, here we are back to Dundas. We go to the 6th. And Webster. We'll send 2, 3, and 4. Prohaska, Arndt, and Belisle to the plate. 0-1 the count. Left-handed pitcher and starter Tanner Eckhart for Monticello. Giving up a run on 5 hits, no errors behind him. And the 0-1 pitch skips in, blocked there by Wilcox. So the story in Measville, Champlin Park still needs to play Rochester. And then the winner of the Blaine Dundas game would, I believe, play Measville. And then, of course, Avon was scheduled to play up there as well. And we had talked about that. And Avon and St. Martin was scheduled at 7 in Measville. So I'm not sure what they're going to do there. And there's a ball 2-2 now to Prohaska, the leadoff hitter for Webster here in the 6th. By the way, Delano leading Wilmer 4-0 after 6 in Waconia. And that game was moved over to Waconia. 1 of 2 games moved over that way today. And the winner of that Wilmer-Delano game will play Isani next Saturday in Faribault at 1:30. And there's a called strike 3. Prohaska retired. And that is just the 2nd strikeout for Tanner Eckhart. And that's going to bring up the first baseman, Will Arndt. On a ground out in the 1st and a pop out to right in the 3rd. He is 0 for 2. Nobody aboard, 1 away, top of the 5th. Or top of the 6th, excuse me. This one hammered down the left field line, but foul. A home run so far today here in Dundas. Arndt turned on that one, but it's just a loud strike. 0-1 the count. So far, low-scoring ball games, 3-2 and 11. Isani beat Brownton in our opener today that got started around 12:30. That one's chopped foul. Outside of 3rd. 0-2 now the count. Class B semifinal games will move to Friday. Measville versus the winner of the Dundas-Blaine game will start at 6. Rochester against Champlin Park, 30 minutes following the conclusion. So that is the lay of the land Friday night. They'll do it Friday night. That one fouled out of play. So the final weekend of the B is going to be a challenge for the pitching. And there's no doubt about that. 0-2 now the count to Arndt. Blaine leading Dundas 7-4. That one toward short and through. Dockerbakken couldn't get there. Made a diving attempt. That'll be a solid one-out single for Art. And another hit for Webster. Off starter Tanner Eckhart. There's 6 of the ball game. It's going to bring up Jake Belisle, the left fielder. Belisle has a hit in 2 trips. That came in the 4th. And he will take his lead. Tanner Eckhart stares at that runner and delivers outside, ball 1. So after what they've been through here the first 2 weekends, the weather has to be perfect Labor Day weekend for the BNC, right? You would think. By the way, tip of the cap to the Class A champions, St. Louis Park Pirates. Win the Class A title last weekend at Palm Field in St. Anthony Village. Their first title since 2018. The 1-1. There's a curveball, chopped foul. And it was one of those where Belisle tried to wait on it and just chopped it foul. Big slow curve from Eckhart. Couldn't do much with it. 1-2 now the count. 1 away, 1 on for Webster here in the 6th. Their run came in the 3rd. So did the run for Monticello. Just 1 error on the board. 1-2, swing and a miss. And a strikeout. Strikeout number 2 of the inning, number 3 in the game for Eckhart. Now 2 away and a runner at first.
DH number 23, Jake Eknes.
That'll bring up DH Jake Eknes. Eknes, 2 trips to the plate, 0 for 2. Popped out to first. And again to second. Eknes once again from New Prague. A lot of players in this Webster team from Lakeville. The 1-0. Just outside, 2-0. Looks like we might see a little sun here. Broken clouds, but generally been cloudy all day. We've had a little bit of sun here and there. This one fouled. 2-1 now the count. See, there's a severe thunderstorm watch for areas north of the cities. This is northern Minnesota. Doesn't include the counties that are hosting state tournament action. Of course, Faribault, Dundas, and Meesville. But a severe thunderstorm watch until later tonight up in northern Minnesota. Another one fouled. That's fouled off. Eknes. He's trying to walk that one off and shares a word with the catcher, Wilcox. He'll get back in there. 2-2 the count, 2 away, runner at first. Top of the 6th inning, we're tied. Webster and Monticello. They're on NSPN.TV. Steve Thompson, camera operator Jake Loftus. Big thanks to all the folks here in the press box in Dundas. There's a swing and a miss. So Eckhart strikes out the side, does give up a hit and all of that. And after 5.5, we're still tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
In the top of the 6th inning, Webster scores no runs on 1 hit. No Monticello errors and leave 1 man left on base. That update was brought to you by the official bat of the Minnesota Baseball Association, MaxBat. MaxBat will be sponsoring the Maple Slugger Award for this year's state tournament. Winner of the Maple Slugger Award will receive 3 custom bats. MaxBat will also be giving away 6 bats to 2 lucky state participating teams.
And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning here in Dundas. And for Monticello, 2, 3, and 4, Olson, Hansen, Axelberg against Peter Twitey. The Webster starter has done a good job. 1 run, 4 hits. We're even at 1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First pitch hits him in the back. Michael Olson gets hit by a pitch. First hit batter of the game. Olson had that RBI single in the 3rd. He was 1 for 2, and now he's standing down at first to lead it off. And now it's going to be Braden Hansen playing at second base. Hansen back to the pitcher not once but twice in this game. He's 0 for 2. Big thanks to Kevin Luco. Blog, 10th inning stretch. Running down scores. We got a stolen base ultimately. Catcher throws behind the runner. That runner Olson took off. But Kevin getting the info on what's going on in Meesville, because there is a great deal of changes on the fly. And he's been able to follow on Twitter at Min Baseball, the very latest. Get us some scores. Now we have a meeting on the mound. 1-0 the count. Runner at second for Monticello, and at the plate, Braden Hansen. Blaine leading Dundas 7-4. That game in the 7th in Meesville. Meesville through, Champlin Park through, Rochester through to the final weekend of the B. Will it be Blaine or Dundas? That remains to be seen. And of course, all that action on NSPN.TV. That meeting is over and we get back at it. Runner at second, nobody out. Monticello trying to grab their first lead of the ball game. Now it's 2-0. Peter Twitey, starting pitcher for the Webster Sox. Against Braden Hansen, the pitch. Low and away, stabbed by Drexel, the catcher. Once again, we bring up that watch, but that's for Northern Minnesota. Aiken, Becker, Beltrami, Cass, Crow, Grant, Hubbard, Itasca, Otter Tail, Pine, and Wadena counties. So, north of the cities. 3-1 now the count to Hansen. And that one low and away and a walk. And Monticello has something brewing here. In the bottom of the 6th inning was runners in first and second. And nobody out. Jason Axelberg, the center fielder. Axelberg struck out in the 2nd, had a single and caught stealing in the 4th. Big cut. Came up empty, 0-1. Check of the runner in the pitch. Bunt laid down, looks to be a good one. And they hang in there and let it go foul. Good decision by Wareham at third base, and the pitcher Twitey. They waited and waited, and it went foul. 0-2 now the count. And it looked like that bunt would stay fair because it got in the grass, but had enough spin to spin into foul territory. 0-2 now the count. 20's pitch on the way. Right back to the screen. Well, Axelberg was right on it. Dakabakan waiting on deck. He has a hit in the game for Monticello. Axelberg, the cleanup hitter. We're in the meat of that Polecat order here in the 6th. That one fouled to the screen again, 0-2. Whitey battling. That's a big spot. To get through the heart of the order here, you figure he could come back for the 7th. Way upstairs, 1 and 2. Tried to get him to chase, but didn't. Still 7-4 Blaine over Dundas in Meesville today. Long look at the runner. Inside and tight, look out. 2 and 2. Axelberg could feel that one whiz by. 2 and 2 now. Hit high in the air to center field. Oh, he waits for it. Runner blubs the tag but won't go. Big out there for Webster. Axelberg will fly to center. And now Sam Dockerbakken struck out in the 2nd and a single in the 4th. No activity that I can see in either bullpen. Whitey's pitch fouled to the screen. Dockerbakken right on it. But back to the mesh. Oh, 1. Check to swing. 1 and 1. Still a lot of humidity, fuel for storms potentially later. 1-1 high and tight. The word was, though, that the storms probably wouldn't threaten the area until later in the evening. Quite a bit later than we saw last night. We'll see about that. But right now, the watch for northern Minnesota is warning up in Beltrami County. And the watch in effect until 11, but that's up in northern Minnesota. 2-2. Upstairs now 3 and 2. Runners at first and second and 1 out, a long inning. They're making Peter Twitty work, the Webster Sox starter. Swing and a miss, got him. So he gets a fly ball out, a strikeout, and now he's an out away from getting out of hot water here in the 6th. 5th strikeout for Twitty.
Pitcher number 8, Tanner Eckhart.
Tanner Eckhart, the pitcher's going to dig in. Single in the 2nd, a ground out in the 4th. 1 for 2. They throw behind the run. That was an unusual play. The shortstop, Grassel, really never made a move to the bag, and Twitty made a good play to spin and actually throw it at the shortstop instead of into center field. Certainly would have allowed at least one runner to move up. There's a pitch up high, 1-0. Prohaska at second, way away from the bag. Here's one hit in the air to right, coming on. Schmidt makes the catch, and that'll do it. So Peter Twitty battles out of a jam, a hit batter, a walk, and then he comes back to get 3 consecutive outs. After 6, we're still tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
Monticello scores no runs on no hits, no Webster errors, and leave 2 men left on base. Rawlings is proud to be the official baseball of the NBA. Rawlings, the mark of a pro.
Star Tribune covers high school sports as passionately as you live them. Don't miss a beat on the games you love. Check out Star Tribune all day, every day for the latest prep news, scores, and so much more.
Here we go to the 7th inning for Webster. 6, 7, and 8. Wareham, Drexel, and Grassel still on the mound. Tanner Eckhart, the Monticello starter. The Lion, 1 run, 6 hits, 1 error for Webster. Monticello, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors. Starters still in the ball game for both teams. Wareham 0 for 2, a ground out and a strikeout. And he digs in and is ready to go for the Sox here in the top of the 7th inning. Tie ball game. Tanner Eckhart. There's a bunt. It's a good one. Blackstone charges, throws. Got him, good play. Good bunt. Better play by Blackstone, throwing over to Bovey. 1 away, and that'll bring up the catcher.
Number 15,
Max Drexel. Fly ball to center field in the 3rd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Scoreboard update from Faribault. Dumont leading Richmond 6-4 in the 8th. Here's a grounder to short. Dagabakken throws it across, got him. Quickly 2 away. Delano leading Wilmer 5-0 after 7 in Waconia. Score updates from the C. Blaines extended their lead over Dundas 8-4 in the 7th at the B in Meesville. They're trying to complete 2 games. There's a strike. The Peter Grassel, the shortstop. Singleton scored in the 3rd, grounded out to short in the 5th. There's a strike, 0-2. So Tanner Eckhart, quickly 2 outs. Nobody aboard here in the bottom or top of the 7th inning for the Webster Sox. There's a curveball right back up into the middle. Center field, a center hit. Just a solid hit to center off the bat of Peter Grassel, and that'll bring up Adam Schmitz, the right fielder. Struck out in the 3rd, grounded out to 3rd in the 5th. He's 0 for 2. Webster has a runner aboard with 2 out. That is their 7th hit of the game. And that pitch down in the zone, ball 1. Webster's been retired 1, 2, 3 in the 2nd and the 5th. There's a chopper foul, 1-1 now the count for the number 9 hitter. Adam Schmitz playing in right field. As I mentioned, wearing number 9. You don't see that very much. You never know what you're going to see when you come out to the ballpark. 1-1, 2 away, runner at first. Top of the 7th. There's a strike. 1-2 by Tanner Eckhart. Pours it in there. Peter Twitey, who's got a couple of hits and 3 trips for the Sox, waiting on deck. He is a starting pitcher as well for Webster. Love to get a chance. The 1-2 way outside. Stand by Wilcox, looks down to first. He has great quickness behind the plate. Comes out of that crouch like a cat. Dare I say a polecat. 2-2. Hit in the air. On the infield. Hanson has it. And the side is retired. So Webster gets a hit. They leave one. After 6.5, we're still tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
No runs on 1 hit. No Monticello Bears and leave 1 man left on base.
There we go to the bottom of the 7th inning in Dundas Memorial Park. What's turned out to be a very nice Sunday afternoon here in late August. And the bottom third of the Monticello order due up. Wilcox, Revnig, and Mazick. Wilcox, couple of ground outs. He's 0 for 2. Peter Twitey, right-hander high and tight. Look out. 1-0. Webster 1-7-1. Monticello 1-4-0. Twitey gave up a couple of base runners an inning ago, but was able to come back and get 3 outs in a row. Hit a batter and gave up a walk. Didn't hurt him. Gave up a couple of hits to start the 4th. Didn't hurt him. The 1-1, big swing and a miss. 1-2 now the count. Wilcox trying to hit it out into the trees. Came up empty. 1-2 pitch. Did he go? He did. Strikeout number 6 for Twitey. One away, nobody aboard. That'll bring up Revnig.
DH number 22, Michael Revnig.
Revnig grounded out to short in the 3rd, popped out to first in the 5th, 0 for 2. There's one high and away. Winner of this game plays Friday night in Faribault at 7:30 against the winner of the Cold Spring Watertown game. Blaine beat Dundas 8-4. It's the final. And I'm not sure why they called it after 7, but yeah. But Blaine wins at 8-4. They're shaking hands, so Blaine, the champions of the Metro Mini advance. Champlain Park out of the Metro Mini advances. Rochester and Meesville are through, so the B is set, and they will resume their tournament Friday night. There'll be 2 games on Friday night. 1-1 our game. 1 out, 3-1 pitch on the way. Curveball, strike 3. And Revnik thought he had a walk, but the home plate umpire had other ideas. Now the count is full, 3-2. 1-1 in the 7th. Big swing and a miss, struck him out. 2 strikeouts in a row. That's 7 in the game for Peter Twitey. Struck out 1 in the 1st, 2 in the 2nd. Didn't have another strikeout to the 5th. 1 in the 6th, now 2 in the 7th. And there's a swing and a miss. 0-1 now to the number 9 hitter, Keenan Mazick. Reached on an air, popped out to center field. And now he's in an 0-2 hole. Oh, Twitey having a big bottom of the 7th inning here in a 1-1 ball game. This one lifted high in the air into shallow right center field. Right fielder actually converges and grabs it. Schmitz came in to get it. And Monticello goes 1-2-3 in the 7th. We have played 7. We're still tied at 1 here on NSPN.TV.
All season long, you've gathered with friends, neighbors, and family at ball yards all across Minnesota.
Still going, gone! A home run!
Diamonds that define hundreds of communities. Town Ball binds together our passion for baseball and our hometowns. And on September 10th, the cornerstone of Minnesota baseball, Target Field, will host a party for all those who play, watch, and support Town Ball. The Twins host the Guardians at 6:10 p.m. Prior to the game, the champions will be honored in a ceremony at Town Ball Tavern, and all Town Ballers will be invited down to the field for a special pregame ceremony. Wear your team colors and enjoy a special night at Target Field.
Field Scallon back, has it measured. That's it! Air Freight Unlimited, your Class A state champions.
For tickets to the Minnesota Twins Tip of the Cap to Town Ball on September 10th, visit twinsbaseball.com/tickets. /townball.
Leading off the top inning, or the of the 8th inning, for Webster. Pitcher number 18, Peter Whiting.
We're now in the top of the 8th inning. Webster sends the top of the order. 20, Prohaska, and Arndt out there against Tanner Eckert, the Monticello starter. He's gone 7 strong innings, 1 run, 7 hits. No errors behind him. Here's one hit in the air to left center field. Axelberg after it and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. That'll bring up Brooke Prohaska playing at second base.
Second baseman number 20, Brooks Prohaska.
Prohaska hit into a 1-6-3 double play in the first, had an RBI single in the third, struck out in the 6th. Digs in from the left-handed side, lefty on lefty battle. First pitch, high and tight. 1-0 the count. Winner trying to get to Friday night in Faribault, 7:30. 1-0. This one fouled out of play.
And that's a $1 foul ball, courtesy of Don's Corner Bar of Dundas.
Hamburgers, hot dogs. I had a burger before the game. Really no time to eat between games. 1-1. Much as I'd like to. Now to count 2-1. Clouds thinning out again here in Dundas. Still to come, Loretto and Bird Island. That'll start 30 minutes after this game. 2-2 now the count. 1 away, nobody aboard. Brooks Prohaska playing at second base for Webster. And a tight ball game here in the 8th. A good ball game. We've seen 2 dandies already today. This one towards second. Hansen grabs it. Lobs it over in time. 2 away. Going to bring up the number 3 hitter, Will Arndt, playing at first base. Grounded out to first in the first.
First baseman number 25, Will Arndt.
Flat out to right in the third. Had a hit in the 6th. Richmond and Dumont tied at 6, heading to the 10th in Faribault. Winner would play Friday night here in Dundas at 7:30 against Stark. Longhorns beat the Bemidji Blue Ox earlier in the day. 1-0 now the count. To Arndt. This one down the left field line for a hit. Solid hit over third base. Blackstone, he went up, couldn't get it. And it's a 2-out hit for Webster, and they're 8th in the ball game off Tanner Eckhart. And now it's going to bring up cleanup hitter Jake Belisle. Belisle had a hit in the 4th. Soft liner to short in the 2nd, struck out in the 6th. That hit once again coming in the 4th inning. And now we're going to get a runner for Arndt. And we got a mound visit for Monticello. And it looks like the runner for Webster I can't get it. Let's see. Okay. And we got a runner out there for Webster. The batter is Jake Belisle. Sam Wareham is out there now. Sam Wareham. And there's strike 1 to Belisle. It is the top of the 8th. 1-1 ball game. Runner at first, 2 away. Eckhart from the stretch. It's a little flare into center field. It is down for a hit. 2 hits in a row for Webster with 2 outs here in the 8th. And they got the go-ahead run in scoring position. And Jake Eknes, the DH, getting ready to dig in. And we got a pitching change. Tanner Eckhart is out. here in the 8th. He goes 7 2/3, gets a nice round of applause. I'll get that relief pitcher to you in a moment. Pitching change here in Dundas on NSPN.TV.
Some changes on the field now. Pitching for Monticello, number 44, Jacob Conkle.
And we are back in Dundas, and Jacob Conkle is the relief pitcher for Monticello. Conkle wearing number 44 from Sauk Rapids. Played high school ball at Monticello and college ball at Concordia St. Paul. Jacob Conkle plays on the infield, does a little pitching, does a little catching as well. And he comes in with 2 outs and runners at first and second. And Jake Eknes, the DH. Eknes 0 for 3. Hopped out to first in the second, to second in the fourth, and struck out in the 6th. So Belial's going to come out. Another pinch runner for Webster. Kyle Zonlo will be down at first running. Sam Wareham is down at second. So speed on the bases. Upstairs, ball 1. Again, Conkle comes in, the right-hander. Delivers ball 1. 2 away here, top of the 8th inning. Check out that runner at second. Upstairs again, 2-0. Clouds thinning out again. Sky's brightening a bit here in Dundas at Memorial Park. Eknes at the plate. And the pitch over his head, and that's going to allow the runners to move up. Count 3-0, and the wild pitch puts 2 runners in scoring position for Webster. And now Eknes, I would assume, taking all the way here. Jacob Conkle for Monticello Polecats delivers, and that is a walk, 4-pitch walk. And now they are loaded for Will Wareham. 0 for 3, a couple of ground outs and a strikeout. So here's a big spot, top of the 8th, 2 out. They're loaded for Webster. Wareham, the pitch up high. Ball 1. He has been missing way up in the zone. Now the sun is shining brightly. Well, that'd be a good omen for the Sox. Here's the pitch. There's a strike, 1-1. Turns out to be a good thing for Conkle. Jacob Conkle in relief of Tanner Eckhart. Webster 1 run, 9 hits, 1 error. Monticello 1-4-0. Conkle delivers towards short. Knocked down to second, no play. Runner is safe. Lead runner scores. They're still loaded on what should be an infield hit for Will Wareham. The shortstop, Dakabakken, went to Hansen, but it wasn't in time. It was kind of a slow roller. That got caught up in the grass. Now they're going to call it E6. How about that? E6. And now the batter is Drexel. The catcher. Oh, I spoke too soon. It was a slow roller, but E6. Now both teams have an error. They're still loaded, one in. 2-1 Webster. And now Drexel a chance to blow the game open. 2-0 the count. Conkle trying to find the plate. He gets it there. 2-1 now the count. They are loaded. The 2-1. Now 3-1. The Max Drexel, the catcher, nowhere to go. Webster has a run in. Couple of hits and an error. 3-1 pitch. Foul, 3-2. 2-1 Webster, top of the eighth. Conkle's pitch on the way. Runners go. Another run walks in. They're still loaded. It's now 3-1 Webster. And another mound visit. Popping out of that Monticello dugout. Gary Revnick. And they're going to bring in another pitcher. So Conkle out of there with them loaded and 2 out. 2 in. And we're going to take another break and sort it out.
PrepSpotlight.tv made history in 2020 by live streaming every game of the Town Ball State Tournament. History is happening again. PrepSpotlight.tv has been great, but it's becoming greater. Introducing NSPN.tv. The Neighborhood Sports Network launches this week with end-to-end coverage of a fantastic Minnesota sports tradition, Town Ball. See every game for a new fan-friendly monthly fee. Join for Town Ball State Tournament games, then stay for the high school and college seasons. NSPN.tv will provide subscribers with an abundant supply of local sports content, featuring live events called by local play-by-play professionals, comprehensive highlights, featured stories, weekly shows, documentaries, and video podcasts. Welcome to the neighborhood. NSPN.tv.
So Eckhart goes over to first. He was the starting pitcher.
There's been some changes on the field. Now pitching, number 16, Jason Axelberg. At third base, number 7, Joe Tupie. Right fielder is now number 14, Tommy Blackstone. And the center fielder is now number 12, Michael Olson.
So lots of changes here for Monticello. Eckhart at first. Axelberg is pitching. Olson has moved to center. Blackstone's in right. And Joe Tupie is at third. Got it? 3-1 our score. They're still loaded, 2 outs. Axelberg's pitch way outside. Stand by Wilcox. What a play. Oh, that saved a run for sure. 2 runs in already for Webster. 9 hits, 1 error. 1-4-1 for Monticello. Axelberg the pitcher. 1-0 pitch. Down low, 2-0. Axelberg gets a strike at the letters outside edge, 2-1. Monticello still has the bottom of the 8th and the bottom of the 9th, but they want to keep it a 2-run game if they can. Fouled back. Peter Grassel, the shortstop, in there. Single and run scored in the 3rd. Had a single in the 7th. He's 2 for 3. And has a chance to really give the Webster Sox some breathing room here in the 8th. They're loaded. 2-2 the count. 2 away. The pitch hit high in the air. In foul territory by the third base dugout. Tupie makes a play. And the side is retired, but damage done. Webster gets 2 runs on 2 hits. A big error. And after his 7.5, lead at 3-1. All right, we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, and we'll set the stage for you. Peter Twitey still out there, the Webster Sox starter, giving up a run on 4 hits, 1 error behind him. He struck out 7, and he has walked just 1. He hit a batter. Both of those coming in the 6th. So pretty good numbers there. He will face the top of the Monticello Polecats order. Blackstone, Olson, and Hanson as they try and rally from 2 down. There's one outside. Ball 1, 1-0. There's one well outside. 2-0. Twitty's been good, helped his own cause, couple of hits. There's a check, swing, strike. 2-1. Twitty a couple of singles early, a couple of fly ball outs late in the game. There's a big swing and a miss. Huge cut by Tommy Blackstone, who started at third and moved to right field. Here's one chopped toward short. Grassel up with it. Got him. 1 away, and that'll bring up Michael Olson. Olson started in right field and now is in center field after the pitching change. Olson, RBI single in the 3rd, and then got hit by a pitch in the 6th. Big swing and a miss. Grounded out in the 1st inning. Now 1-1. One away, nobody aboard. Monticello, bottom of the 8th, down 3-1. And there's the strike. 1-2 now the count. Peter 20, quite a day. That one fouled straight back. Kind of right along at 1-2. Low and away, 2-2. So the only game to be played in Meesville, there's a strikeout. Strikeout number 8. There's 2 away, nobody aboard for Monticello. That'll bring up Braden Hansen at second base. Hansen 0 for 2 with a walk in the game. Avon and St. Martin coming up in Meesville as they get the field ready. There's one right back to the pitcher. Lob throw to first. Oh, an easy inning for Tweedy and the Webster Sox as Monticello goes down 1-2-3. We go to the 9th in Dundas, and Webster leading Monticello 3-1 here on NSPN.TV.
You should feel good about where you and your money are headed. We can help you build a better relationship with your money, starting with our free Simply Better checking account. When you open an account, you'll also receive a free gift. Get started today. Think Bank. Meet your money.
Such news! It's everything I ever wanted.
We move to the top of the 9th inning here in Dundas at Memorial Park. 9-1-2 for the Webster Sox as they try and pad that 3-1 lead. Schmitz, Twitey, and Prohaska. Schmitz, a right fielder, 0 for 3. Actually a pinch hitter.
Top of the 9th inning for the Webster Sox, number 30, Ben Croft.
Ben Groff, pinch hitting here. Groff for Schmitz here in the 9th. Looks at ball 1. Third pitch of the work, Jason Axelberg for Monticello. The Polecats 21-7 coming into the state tournament. This one hit high and foul. Out of play to the right. Catcher Wilcox comes over. 1-1 now the count.
Courtesy of Don's Corner Bar.
And the winner heads to Faribault Friday night at 7:30 against Cold Spring or Watertown Red Devils. And that is the late game today in Faribault. 2-1 the count. This one to hit in the air down the right field line. That could be trouble. Just foul. So Groff made a bid. And he'll come back to home plate, 2-2 the count. Ben Groff. Groff from Lakeville North. Played college ball at Bethany Lutheran in Mankato. The 2-2, way outside, 3-2, stamped by Wilcox. Showed his quickness then. A good, quick catcher. Very active behind the plate. Here comes the 3-2. And he gets a walk. McGrath in the 9-hole gets a walk, top of the order. Peter Twitey single in the first, again in the third, then fly balls to center field. We'll get a runner here. Schmitz will come in to run. So Schmitz got pinch hit by Groff. Groff gets the walk. Schmitz out there to run. And now it's 22 for 4. Webster 3 runs, 9 hits, 1 error. Monticello 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. Twitey's been a big part of that. First pitch skips by the catcher all the way to the screen, and the runner's going to move up. So Schmitz goes down to second on the wild pitch. Webster would love to pad the lead. The Loretto Larks and Bird Island Bullfrogs in the final game of the day, 30 minutes after this one on NSPN.TV. Ball 2-0 now. 20. And now the pitcher, Axelberg, needs to tie a shoe. Usually at my age, I try and put a shoe up on a chair to tie. I mean, I can get it done on the ground, but it's not fun. There's a strike. 2-1. Runner now at second base. That's Schmitz. Webster's played a good ball game today. That fouled to the screen, 2-2. Good hack there by Twitey. Once again, thanks to all the folks here in Dundas and Hospitality, Minnesota Baseball Association. Make us feel so welcome. There's one stroked into the gap. Right center field down for a hit. The runner around third headed for the plate. Schmitz will score standing up. An RBI single for Twitey, and it's 4-1 Webster. Third hit of the game for Twitey, now 3 for 5. The batter's going to be Brooks Prohaska. Has an RBI single in the third. 1 for 4 on the day. And we got a pinch runner for Webster here. Alex Begmer will come in to run for the pitcher. Twitey. Still nobody out. A walk, a wild pitch, and an RBI single by Twitey. 4-1 Webster. This was a 1-1 ball game after 3. Webster gets 2 in the 8th. They add 1 here in the 9th. And now Prohaska digs in. And the pitch. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Throw over to first. Runner dives back. Let's get that pinch runner over there. Begmer. Every run now for Webster. A little bit more insurance. They throw behind the runner. Got back. Ooh. Begmer gets back in the nick of time. Monticello will have one last chance in the bottom of the ninth. This one the other way and foul. 1-2. Looking ahead to the bottom of the ninth. 4, 5, and 6 in that Polecat order. Axelberg, Dogpocken, and Eckhart. One, 2. Down low. 2-2. Up high, runner goes, thrown out in time. Stolen base by Begmer. Now another runner in scoring position for Webster. And the count now 3-2 to Prohaska. No control troubles for Monticello. Ten total hits for Webster. Just 4 for Monticello. And the pitch hit him in the back. And Prohaska trots down there. Now runners at first and second. Will Arndt's going to bat. Arndt 2 for 4. And now for Monticello, Gary Rebnick's going to come out. We could get another change here. He's going to get together with everybody on the mound. Still doable at 4-1, but runners at first and second. Still nobody out here in the top of the ninth. The number 3 hitter, Will Arndt. Arndt had that single in the 6th, another single in the 8th. He did score a run. 2 for 4. Twitey had that RBI single. He's now 3 for 5. These guys at the top of the order have been getting it done for the Sox. That pitch fouled back, 0-1. Jake Belisle waiting on deck. He has a couple of hits. Webster trying to blow it open here in the late innings. That one down in the dirt, blocked by Wilcox. Keeping those runners at first and second, 1-1. For Webster, 1 in the 3rd, 2 in the 8th, now 1 in the 9th. And the count 1-1 to Will Arndt. To the screen, 1-2. Shaking his head, and it's like, I was right on that. Didn't get it. Still nobody out. The top of the 8th and now the top of the 9th. A lot of pitches thrown for the Monticello Polecats. They try and hang in there. He gets hit on the leg. Axelberg pops off the mound. I would assume offer his apologies. That got Arndt in the knee area. Second hit batter in a row. They are now loaded. And now we're going to get to the second mound visit, and Axelberg's going to come out of there. Arndt shakes it off. He'll trot down to first, get a nice hand. And we're going to have more changes for Monticello, and we'll attempt to sort that out in a moment here on NSPN.TV.
PrepSpotlight.tv made history in 2020 by live streaming every game of the Town Ball State Tournament. History is happening again. PrepSpotlight.tv has been great, but it's becoming greater. Introducing NSPN.TV. The Neighborhood Sports Network launches this week with end-to-end coverage of a fantastic Minnesota sports tradition, Town Ball. See every game for a new fan-friendly monthly fee. Join for Town Ball State Tournament games, then stay for the high school and college seasons. NSPN.TV will provide subscribers with an abundant supply of local sports content, featuring live events called by local play-by-play professionals, comprehensive highlights, feature stories, weekly shows, documentaries, and video podcasts. Welcome to the neighborhood, NSPN.TV.
And we are back in Dundas Memorial Park. 4-1, top of the ninth, Webster. They got them loaded, nobody out. And another pitching change for Monticello. Fourth pitcher to work, Michael Revnig, who was the DH to start this game, comes in to pitch. Another boatload of defensive changes as they shift things around. Eckhart will stay at first. I'm guessing Hansen will stay at second. Dakabakken will stay at shortstop. And I think Axelberg goes back to center field. Blackstone's back at third. Not sure if Olson has returned to right. We'll see about that. First pitch inside and low by Revnik. So a walk, an RBI single, and a couple of hit batters. There's one down in the dirt. Runners stay put. Two and 0 to count. There's a strike, 2-1. So control troubles for Monticello late certainly has not helped the cause. Two walks in the eighth, one here in the ninth. Error was costly in the eighth. Now 3-1. They are loaded. Rebnig winds and pitches. Chop foul, 3-2. Still nobody out here in the ninth for Webster. Look at Michael Rebnig work out of a huge jam and keep this one within reach. Here's the pitch. Through the hole into right, a base hit. One run in. That'll be it. They remain loaded. RBI single for Jake Belisle. And it's now 5-1 Webster. Still nobody out. Jake Eknes will bat. Eknes walked in the 8th, otherwise 0 for 3. The number 5 hitter in the Webster order. Coming in 14-16. Monticello 21-7. Webster's played well here today. They have 5 runs, 10 hits, 1 error. Monticello 1 4-1. Here's one hit in the air to shallow left center field. Coming on the left fielder, makes the catch. Runner blunts tag but won't go. Bostic makes the play. 1 away. Will Wareham will bat. Wareham 0 for 3 coming into the 8th. And hit that ground ball that turned into an error on the shortstop, Dockbakken. Webster the 5-1 lead. 2 in the 8th, 2 in the 9th to go along with that run in the 3rd. Curveball strike. Pitch there by Rebnick. Seventh batter to come to plate for Webster here in the 9th. The 0-1. Down in the dirt, 0-2. Catcher waiting on deck. Max Drexel still has the shin guards on. Oh, 2 pitch. Down in the dirt. Swing and a miss. Smothered by the catcher Wilcox. There's the strikeout. And now 2 away. They're still loaded. Batter is the catcher, Max Drexel. Drexel walked in the 8th. Reached on the fielder's choice in the 4th, otherwise 0 for 2. Webster, top of the 9th. And the pitch. Stroked into center field for a hit. 1 run scores. Throw comes all the way through, but that'll be it. An RBI single for Drexel. And it's now 6-1. Webster. This was a 1-1 game going to the top of the 8th. Now 2 out. And the batter is Peter Grassel, the shortstop. 9th batter to come to the plate for the Sox. That's one in the dirt. Stopped by Wilcox. Saved a run there. Boy, quite a backhanded stop by Dustin Wilcox, the Monticello catcher. Michael Rebnick, 4th pitcher to work, delivers. There's a strike. 1-1. Grassel singled and scored in the 3rd, grounded out in the 5th, singled again in the 7th, popped out in the 8th. There's a strike, 1-2. Well, he's had a good day out of the 8-hole. Couple of hits, 4 trips. Webster now 12 hits in the ball game. The 4 for Monticello. 1-2. Out towards second, caught on the fly. Hanson runs it down, but damage done. 3 more runs for Webster in the top of the 9th. We go to the bottom of the 9th, and they lead at 6-1 here on NSPN.TV.
Join our team while supporting yours. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, NSPN.TV, is looking for camera operators and broadcasters for our live game streams. The atmosphere of sporting events can't be beat. Be a part of the action with flexible scheduling and guaranteed game rate pay. If you're a student or adult looking for an opening into the world of sports media, or to just make a little extra cash, send us an email at jobs@nspn.tv. Welcome to the neighborhood.
And welcome back to Dundas Memorial Park. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Monticello down to their final 3 outs. They've had a fine season, 21-7, but they need a big rally here. against the Webster Sox. Peter Twitty, 3 for 5 at the plate. 8 strong innings. And now they'll go to the bullpen. Jordan Huey will be out there to close it out. Comes in from center field.
Some changes on the field for the Sox. Now pitching number 12, Jordan Boobie.
So Huey on to pitch. But what a game for Peter Twitty. 3 for 5 and 8 innings of work. 1 run on 4 hits. And for Monticello, it'll be Axelberg, Dakabakken, and Eckhart. 4, 5, and 6 is Monticello. They need base runners, down by 5. As we mentioned, the winner of this game plays the winner of Cold Spring and Watertown. Cold Spring and Watertown playing the late game in Faribault. And the winner of this game will play the winner of that game in Faribault Friday night at 7:30. That hit him. Axelberg gets hit by a pitch. So first batter gets hit.
Shortstop number 27, Sam Dockenbakken.
So Huey hits the leadoff bitter, or the leadoff batter there. And now it's Sam Dakabakken, the shortstop. Dakabakken has a hit, couple of strikeouts, 1 for 3. Looks at ball 1 and strike 1. There's one up high now, 2-1. Down low, 3-1. Well, not the start that Webster Sox wanted here from Jordan Huey. There's a chopper toward the hole, through for a hit. Well, Monticello gets a hit batter and a single, their 5th hit of the game. And now runners have first and second. And Tanner Eckhart, who was the starting pitcher today, he has a hit in 3 trips. They're still down by 5, but they have 2 on and nobody out. Here in the bottom of the 9th inning, is they have their rally caps on. Monticello, there's a strike outside edge, 0-1. Still getting the field ready in Meesville, or they're finally underway. St. Martin leading Avon 1-0 after 2 in Meesville. Little trouble with the feed from Meesville. Now the 1-1 pitch here. Outside, 2-1. So Axelberg gets hit by a pitch. Achenbach singles, and now Eckhart. And a 2-2 count. Jordan Huey. Two hit in the air to center field, drifting back, making the catch. Runners won't tag. Trying to get a read on who the center fielder is, because Huey was the starting center fielder. And looks like Schmidt's now out there in center field, put it away. A well hit, but right to center, 1 away. Runners at first and second. The catcher Wilcox, he's 0 for 3. A couple of ground outs and a strikeout, and there's a strike. He's had some big cuts. Hasn't had anything to show for it. No home runs here in Dundas today. 0-1. toward third, stabbed by the third baseman. Wareham threw him out. What a play. Wow, that was terrific. Wilcox retired 5-3. Runners move up. Doesn't matter in a 6-1 ball game. And now Monticello down to their final out. Michael Revnick started the game as a DH. Now the fourth pitcher came in the ninth for Monticello. First pitch, low bridge, look out. 1-0 the count. Revnick 0 for 3. Ground out in the third, popped out in the fifth, struck out in the seventh. There's a strike, 1-1. Webster on the brink of advancing to the final weekend, Labor Day weekend. Here at the Class C state tournament. 1-1. Called out of play. 1-2. The Polecats down to their final strike. Jordan Huey trying to close it out for Peter Twitey. 8 innings. 3 for 5 at the plate. That one chopped foul. Count rides along at 1-2. Webster 6 runs, 12 hits, 1 error. Monticello 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. You have a hit batter and a hit in the inning. Those runners now stand at second and third. The pitch outside, 2-2. Big thanks to the folks here in Dundas. Big thanks to Jake Loftus, our camera operator. Kevin Luco helping me out with scores and other info from the tournament. There's one down low now, 3-2. 3-2, 2 out. Runners at second and third. Webster leading 6-1. The pitch. They're loaded. We play on. Keenan Masick. Left fielder. Reached on an error in the third, otherwise 0 for 2. The pitch. Going away, ball 1. If you're wondering, the tying run comes into the on-deck circle. This situation. This one off the pitcher's glove to second. Bobbled, everybody's safe. Run scored. They're still loaded. Run in. And we get to the top of the order, and Tommy Blackstone. And now the tying run is at the plate for Monticello. And Jordan Huey finishing off. 6-2 ball game. That goes to the backstop. Runner thought about coming home but didn't. You don't want to make that final out at home plate, down by 4. .6-2 ball game here in the bottom of the ninth. Tommy Blackstone. A foul, 1-1. Blackstone here's one hit in the air toward right field, toward the gap, over the head of the right fielder. 1 run in, 2 runs in. 3rd run coming to the plate. That is a 3 RBI double for Blackstone. And it's now 6-5. Wow. How things have changed. Monticello was down to their final strike. And Blackstone uncorks the 3 RBI double over the right fielder's head. And now it's a 6-5 ball game. And Blackstone, the tying run, is at second base. They have planted 4 runs have managed 2 hits. There's a walk and an error. Jordan Huey's going to stay in there. And now the batter is the number 2 hitter, Michael Olson, who had an RBI single in the 3rd, got hit by a pitch, stole a base in the 6th, struck out in the 8th. 1 for 3. How things have changed quickly. Huey's pitch, inside and tight, almost hit him. 1-0. Number 2 hitter in the order, Olson. Started in right field. Blackstone at second base. Base is clearing double a moment ago. Upstairs 2-0. Blackstone the tying run at second. Olson the winning run at the plate. Hansen waiting on deck. Huey's pitch hit high in the air to center field, going back. And the catch is made, and the Webster Sox hang on for a 6-5 victory. Well, Olson hit it high in the air to deep center field, but the Sox hang on and win the ball game. That high fly ball caught by Adam Schmitz in center field seals the deal. But Monticello made him sweat with 4 runs in the bottom of the 9th. And Webster hangs on to win it 6-5. Quite a ball game here in Dundas. Still 1 to go here in Dundas, and that'll be the Loretto Larks and the Bird Island Bullfrogs. Just to recap, Webster advances. They will play in Faribault on Friday night at 7:30 against the winner of the Cold Spring Watertown game. That's the final game of the day in Faribault. There you have it. Totals on the board for Webster: 6 runs, 12 hits, 2 errors. Monticello: 5 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Peter Twitey, the player of the game for Webster, goes 8, gets the win, and goes 3 for 5 at the plate for the Sox. Been a lot of fun. Big thanks to Jake Loftus once again. Big thanks to Kevin Luco, all the folks here in Dundas, and of course all the people with the Minnesota Amateur Baseball Association having us here. Once again, great job by the MBA, and right now Peter Twitey being honored on the field as the player of the game. Once again, the final 6-5. Stick around, more coverage. We'll have every game right through the championships here, the Class B and Class C, here on NSPN.TV. Once again, that final score: Webster Sox 6, the Monticello Polecats 5. Have a good evening.
Baseball. It's America's pastime and Minnesota's passion. The all-new Neighborhood Sports Network, in partnership with the Minnesota Baseball Association, brings you coverage of the 2022 State Amateur Baseball Tournament. Coverage of this great Minnesota tradition is proudly brought to you by The Urgency Room, fast, flexible care. McDonald's, owners and operators of Minnesota and Western Wisconsin. Find your golden opportunity at mcdonalds.com/careers. Xfinity, a better way to watch. Think Bank, meet your money. The Star Tribune, your home for the best prep coverage. And by the Minnesota Twins. Get tickets for Town Ball Night at Target Field on September 10th. Live coverage throughout the Town Ball tourney can be seen right here on the Neighborhood Sports Network. That's NSPN.TV. Welcome to the neighborhood. Now,